Hi, it's Donna Cravata from Social Sage PR, and thank you for joining us today. Today we're doing an interview with one of my favorite clients and friends. We've become friends through all of this. Lauri Flaquer from Salter Solutions, and she has just been having amazing results with her media and her social media. And what I love about what Lauri does is she incorporates this into her client work. So with the work that she's learning through the Total Social PR system and working together, with all of the members of the program, she's bringing this to her clients, which has up-leveled the services that she can offer. So I am one that loves when you can take one thing and make it do something else, and Lauri is a master at that. So without further delay, please wish a warm welcome to Lauri Flaquer. Hi, Lauri.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having me on. I'm really excited about this, as I am about your program.
I know, you're my favorite. I get so excited when you post your successes because they're just phenomenal. And we celebrate with you every step of the way. And I would just like to ask you a few questions about your experience and how it is being in the program and what you like about it. So I really like to know, what were the challenges that you had when you found us? What were you experiencing?
Well, I was experiencing, I knew I had an excellent client base. And I wanted to take that client base and really have them understand how to use the power of social media to drive their companies, their books, their businesses, and themselves forward. And the challenge was getting them at the first base because they didn't have their social media set up. And without the social media, the traditional media is never going to come. So you really have to get the social media in place. It's the foundation for everything.
It is. I agree with you. And a lot of the work that we do together is foundational. And once you build it, it's just magical what happens, isn't it?
It is magical.
So now, how did you find us, and what led you to choose this program of all the other programs that's out there?
Well, you were on my show. It was prior to your program being ready, and we were actually talking about the program that you were creating. And I said to myself, this program is amazing. If this is half as good as Donna says it is, as you said it was, this is going to be amazing. So I was actually one of the first people to ever sign on for your program. And I really wanted to see what we could do with this, what could happen, because I was interested in checking this out for my clients. So I signed on right away, and right away, I will tell you right away, I saw a difference. Each baby step that I took, because I wasn't as fast as the rest of the group, because I'm running a business and I have my clients and I'm pushing them forward. So it's not as easy for me to just say, okay, you know what, I'm going to just work on my business because I'm moving their business. But the minute I spent the first hour with the program, right away I saw a difference. And I remember the first big hit I had was actually just to LinkedIn. Just to LinkedIn, I went from, 200 and some people to, on a Saturday, to Sunday morning waking up, and I had over 500 people. And right away, I learned, because my LinkedIn was, to be honest, limping along. I wasn't paying attention to it, wasn't a focus. But when I watched, when I got into your program and I got into the LinkedIn, I said, this is fabulous. This is an extension of everything else I'm doing. Where have I been? So I worked on my profile. I worked on Saturday on my profile. And then I'm like, wow, my profile looks good. Let me invite people. Right away, it took off.
And
so now every
morning, targeted people?
Yeah, they were targeted people that basically I already, knew of, but it was just that I wasn't reaching out. And now one of the big drivers in my business is LinkedIn.
Great. That's so good to hear. That's so good to hear. Now, share how this has worked for you, because you have some amazing, amazing success stories, and I just want to share them with the world because I think what you've done with this is just phenomenal.
Well, my success stories are, it's just unbelievable. I mean, this morning Vietnam came in, and one of my clients who actually was not doing all, anything, he wasn't getting any traction with his book. He had written it 3 years ago, and unfortunately, he was working really hard. He was working every day, he was working at it, but nothing was happening. And we started working together and incorporating the social media into what we've done, what we're doing has taken him to the bestseller list, okay, on Amazon bestseller a few times. Right now, he's on a run of over a month, or almost a month actually, on the bestseller list on Amazon. We sold thousands of books in just one day because we got on MSN.com a second time, which he got 54,107 hits to his website in one day.
Wow.
He sold thousands of books. I mean, it's like I have another client. She's now, through the social media, she's now gotten the attention of the media. So she's on 2 radio shows a week. She's on 2 TV shows a week. She reaches out to over 1 million people a week primarily through traditional media that she had to focus on social media before she could get. Now, having a background in media, I can tell you the times have changed. The times have changed dramatically. If you do not have a social media platform and that social media platform is strong and constant, you're never going to get traditional media. That's the first place they go.
It is, and the traditional forms of media don't work the way that they used to. Like sending out press releases, anonymously to thousands of journalists. They don't look at them. They don't look at them. They go do a Twitter search to find what they're looking for, and you need to connect with the media there where they are. It's the way that it's changed. And if you're not there, and if you're not being found in the right places, and you're not getting into the right conversations, you're not going to be found. And it's so much easier this way.
It's easier. It's more efficient. It's effective. And not only that, people who don't know you are looking at your profile to find out who you are. They're checking your LinkedIn. They're checking your Facebook. They're looking at your Twitter. I mean, they're doing all of these things. You don't even know that they're looking. So putting that stuff out there is like having numerous billboards on the different platforms. So the first thing and the most important thing before you try to jump in is to figure it out. Figure out.
Absolutely.
Well, and it's complicated because each one of them are different. I'm now reading Gary Vaynerchuk's latest book, The Jab, 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 Right Hook. And without your information, without the program, I wouldn't even be able to understand what this guy's talking about, let alone use it. Seriously.
Seriously. Love that.
Let alone use it.
So I like to boil it down to the simplest common denominator so everybody could understand this, and that people that never, ever thought that they would be able to get major media for themselves and their business can do it themselves. They could build it into their business, and that's what I love. I mean, I did this work for years representing other people. I don't even want to do that anymore. I just want to teach people how to do this for themselves.
Well, this is where the power is. I mean, this is really the core of the power. This fuels everything in anyone's business. For instance, when Tom Corley of Rich Habits, the client that is so successful selling his book, when he first got on Financially Fit with Farnoosh Torabi the first time, he got that through Twitter. Okay, that's first of all. He got through Twitter, and then when he was on, we sent that out through all of the social media, and we got 2 million hits in 24 hours on that. And that attracted Dave Ramsey. So Dave Ramsey has a huge following, 8 million listeners. So that then took that book and put that book right up on Amazon. And we stayed 8 days a number one in Amazon at that time. So really, without social media, we would never have gotten there.
No. And how long did this take from when you started the program?
Well, I want to say like 2.5 months, 2 months.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Donna, we were working behind the scenes to set everything up. So it was a combination of many different things. We had to redo the website. We had to, get Tom's story together. We had to do all these things and start using the social media and making that social media our foundation for this
Yeah.
new platform.
And that's
And
very
then
important. That's very important because when you find these people, you want to bring them back to the nicest possible place that you can bring them to. So, you want to be ready for them. You don't want them to come in like you invite them into your office or your home. It's the same thing. And you don't want to invite them into, the house that's in the middle of being painted. You want to invite them into the very best version of your online world that you can. So that's where the building is so important, to know the conversations, to know the words, to know the platforms, and to have all of the visual elements that go with it. Every social media platform that gives you this big giant space to put an image, that's a billboard. Use it. For a couple of dollars, you can go to a graphic designer and have something beautiful made up that represents your brand. And when you do that across all the platforms, I mean, you're up leveling your entire business. So you can be one person working out of your living room, but when somebody comes to visit you online, that's not what they see. They see a business, a real business. And those are the same real businesses that are getting into CNBC and Huffington Post and all of these big publications, whether they're online or in print. Everybody has the opportunity to do this, and it's kind of leveled the playing field. So, not very many people are doing this now, so the ones that are really, really having wonderful success.
Well, one of the things I could say about this is the program would have worked more quickly had we have had all the website and all these things. We had to wait for those things to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
So we could have actually had this happen more quickly if the website would have already been done. Now his second book, Rich Kids, is coming out. That book is immediately going to hit because we already have everything in place. We already have the media asking for it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That is just amazing. So, who would you recommend this program to? Who do you think that this would help?
Well, one of the things that I would say is anybody who's willing to work, because like any program, just like if you go on a diet and you don't follow the diet plan, it's not going to work, just like anything. So anybody who work. If you're willing to take the advice, if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to spend the time to set your social media up, this will work like a charm. It's like a foolproof system. You do the work and you get the results. So anybody who really is interested in moving their business forward, in putting a foundation together for success, if they're interested in using the power of traditional media and getting that message, instead of talking to one people at a time, they can talk to millions of people at a time with traditional media. So if they're interested in really moving their business forward, this is a program that works. That's it. If you want the results, you're willing to work with it, you can come right here because it works.
It's work, and there's no fluff.
And not only that, I see it for everyone else that I'm with in the program. It's like people are getting on food shows and they're getting on, yesterday it was, trying to remember, was it the New York Times? And it was like,
we had two people were accepted as contributors to eHow yesterday.
So there it is. But I've seen the group. It's amazing to watch the group kind of be tentative.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, let me try this out. And they're taking baby steps. And now they're on chargers. They're moving. And I'm so excited when I see this. I'm so excited. I mean, yesterday I had to talk one of my clients into actually texting a producer. So it took me half an hour to talk her into texting the producer. She texts the producer. She gets a call back 10 minutes later. Can you be on in 10 minutes? I mean, that's it. But she has the relationship. She does the social media. She does all the things. And she's, but I said, text them. You have something that's your Valentine's Day. Hello, this is your holiday. Let's get down. Text, and there she is, touching another million viewers.
That's amazing.
All over the world. Because the station that she's on, yes, it's New York, major cities. It's Hispanic radio. New York, major cities, but it's also in Latin America. Coming out in the all, first of all, the social media, and then the traditional media that we have.
Yeah, and that's another thing, too, is most of these media outlets, even if they are not online, they broadcast online, and they know how to do it right. So they capitalize on the SEO, they capitalize on the search engines, and they know how to put it out there to get it out into the broadest market possible. So just by doing a 10-minute radio show, and it doesn't even need to be major media. It could be an internet radio show. But that internet radio show is going out to all of these different places and to a very targeted market. So you can do really, really well. Even if it isn't NBC or ABC, it could be something small that just gets you into the right market. And it's really important to be clear and honest with yourself as to what you really need in your business. Because, again, if you do get that morning show and you get this big media hit, are all of your foundational pieces, are they going to be able to accommodate that, or is it going to shut your website down? Or, if you sell products, can you keep up with the production? Or, because, you really need to be realistic, and if you've not had much media in the past, start small, build yourself up, get used to it, use it as a training ground, and then go for the big media. But it's extraordinary what can happen to your business in a very, very short period of time, just by getting some free press.
So one of the things I want to say is some people feel that they're not ready. Okay, I hear this in my business. People say, oh, well, you know what, I'm really not ready for your services. Opportunity costs go. They don't get on the media. They don't get this. They don't get their message. They lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay, or more, because they did not prepare. They didn't get started. So the thing I hear is, well, I'll wait to get started. Meanwhile, the competition is getting started. The competition is moving forward. The competition is getting the media. Competition is doing all these things. Don't wait. Don't wait. Get started now.
Yeah, people are learning about this, and be the first one there. Be the first one there, and then you become the authority that everybody else has to live up to. If you're the first one there.
Yeah, the first one. I mean, the perfect example. First woman to fly around the world, everybody knows who it is. Who's the second? Nobody knows. You become the okay, and then the next person.
Yeah.
Nobody's interested, especially not the media. The media wants the first person and the one that's really well prepared. And when you have all your social media done, they see you as somebody who can drive the bus with them. Somebody who's going to move it forward.
And these are like interviews that are happening while you're asleep. You wake up in the morning and that email is waiting there, but because you did your homework and you've got this entire media kit up online for people to see, you're interviewed before when you don't even know it, and then the opportunities just come. And what I see happening now that we're months and months into this is in the beginning. My clients are doing a lot of pitching, and they're doing a lot of connecting, but it very quickly, the tables turn, and they become the ones that are sought after, and the media is coming after them. And, once they have one serious piece of media written about them, and the serious piece of media could be small. It doesn't need to be big. It could be a blog. But if it's a well-trafficked blog in a very targeted industry, well-written and done right, It doesn't need to be a big, giant media piece, but somebody sees that. You never know who's going to see that, and you never know what opportunities are going to come your way. And part of what we go through in the program is what to do with the media once you get it. Like, if you just let it sit there, it's likely that nothing's going to happen. But if you're proactive with what you do with it and strategic, that's going to keep coming back and popping up over and over and over again. And it's free. The investment is your time. So I just think I get so excited when my clients have great success, and it happens daily. It happens daily, and it's one of the things that I'm the most proud of all the things that I've ever done. So, Lauri, what's next for you? What are you going to do next? What kind of exciting stuff do you have up your sleeves?
Well, this is amazing that you asked this question, because today I'm writing an article, because one of my goals is I want to start writing these articles. So through the program, I met a publisher, and I'm pitching articles to the publisher now. I have quite a few articles up online, and I'm excited about that. But today I'm going to pitch Success Magazine.
Excellent.
So I'm pitching Susan Cain at Success Magazine.
For you?
I was for an article that I've written about another client of mine. And this is a very interesting story. He came to the U.S., didn't speak English, penniless immigrant, and $20,000 in debt. And 5 years later, he's a multi-millionaire real estate tycoon. So, he's done extremely well. So I've written a story about him through an interview that I did. And now what I want to do, my mastermind group today, who is, Tom Corley, Yudi, these people that are very successful. Well, Tom says, pitch it to Susan Cain. I have a relationship with her. She'll know who I am. I'm like, okay, great. Everybody's like, yeah, pitch it to Susan Cain, Success Magazine. It would be perfect. So that's one of the things I'm doing. Another thing is I'm doing an RFP for a speaking engagement. I've already I've solidified 2 speaking engagements already this week for a very large company. So now I have another speaking engagement that I'm up for, I have to write a RFP for that. So I'm going to do that. And the next thing I'm doing, Donna, and this is one thing I want to tell you about, podcasting.
I'm sorry?
I'm getting into podcasting.
Excellent. So
I've been learning all about podcasting because I think with the TV show, Focus Forward, I have my own TV show. The podcasting is going to be excellent. The writing and just sending all of this information out into the media and using the fueling it with my social. That's an amazing thing, because every day I'm adding things to my Pinterest, to my LinkedIn, to my Facebook, to my Google Plus, to and it just
gets richer and richer.
Yeah. So, and the media goes and they look at this. That was one of the things from when Tom got on the Financially Fit. Farnoosh Torabi contacted him and said, "You've had more than double the amount of hits of our highest person." Well, that was because we used the social media to get that out there. So he had over 2 million hits in 24 hours. She remembers that.
Yes, the media likes that because you're just expanding their audience. And, it's a you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of situation. And, the more hits you get on your interview, the more likely it is that they're going to invite you back for another one. Well,
he's been on twice, so that's good. And, now with the book, they've contacted us, tell us more about the Rich Kids book. Tell us when that's going to be out there. So, these people now are coming back. They're saying, "Oh, tell us about the next thing."
And that's what happens because the media needs us. They have so many, articles and stories, and they have deadlines, and they don't have enough resource for that. And they get bombarded with emails every single day from people that don't know what they're doing and don't know how to approach them. And if you just do it right, if you're polite and you're helpful and you put them before you put yourself, you quickly become a trusted resource. And if they know that you work with several different people, they're going to come to you first, because then they don't have to deal with that inbox. They don't have to go, start looking around. If they know that, even if you have a network of people, recommend somebody else that's not you. Say, that's not really me, but I've got a friend that does that would be a perfect interview for you. This is the stuff they remember, because for the most part, the media is treated terribly by people that want interviews. And I've gone to scores of Meet the Media events, and the two things that they are really consistently complaining about, or what, when you ask them how you would like to be approached, one is they're like, know my work. If I have a show that goes on at 10 o'clock in the morning, don't contact me at 10 o'clock in the morning, because I'm never going to be there. And the other thing is just, be polite. It's just, you want something from me, be polite. So many people just get so caught up in getting what they need that they forget that they're speaking to a human being, and they just bombard them. And it's really quite simple, but if you apply the things that your mom taught you to some social media and some PR strategies, the doors open quickly.
One of the things I could say about this, for having a background in the media myself, because I was many years at CNBC, NBC, and one of the things that I really think is important is they've cut a lot of the budget. These reporters are now writing blogs. They're doing this. They're constantly in motion. Make their job easy. Make their job easy. When you pitch them, and they can just go to your social media and they see you're active, they see that you have these other interviews. That is social proof. The social proof is very important, because
I'll take it one step further than that. When you have those pieces in place, you are doing the production for them.
Exactly. You're making it easy. And the other thing is, what I know for sure, few bad interviews get somebody escorted right out the door. So you have to make sure that you're prepared, that you know them, that you know what it is that they need, and then they will keep coming back because they know you, they like you, and they trust you.
Exactly. Perfect. So, Lauri, we are going to, once you have your podcast up, we'll share it with everybody that we know. And I think I know where you can come to get some interviews.
Exactly. Well, I have somebody from the Social Sage PR group on my show on Thursday.
Oh, do you?
So
yes.
I made that relationship there, and we're moving forward with that.
Yeah, we have a really good group of people. It's become more of a family than like a work related thing. We really do support each other, and it's quite special. And I'm so
much easier working as a group.
Yeah. We do help each other. There's no ego in that room.
Nope.
Lauri, I would just like to really thank you. Is there anything else you want to add before we say goodbye for today?
Well, I would say take action. That's the most important thing of all of this. I think you can have the best plan, you can have a great strategy, you can put everything in place, but nothing happens until you take action. So the thing is, don't be afraid to admit what you don't know. Just get in there and take action and learn, because this program will teach you everything you need to know to get it out there, to take your business to the next level, to get the recognition, and to expand your group. This program tells you everything that you need to do. And then you're working as a group, running towards the finish line. It's no longer you alone trying to figure it out. So take action now, and you will see in 3 weeks, in a month, 2 months, you will be in a completely different place. Without action, you won't even be where you are now. You'll be falling behind.
Great.
So that's it.
Great. Thank you so much, Lauri. And again, Lauri Flaquer from Salter Solutions, saltersolutions.com. And she helps businesses. Really, she helps businesses apply my program. And
so actually, the website is successwithsaltar.com.
Okay. And that's SALTAR.com, right?
Yep, that's
okay.
it.
Sorry about that. And,
no, it's okay.
And visit Lauri, and visit our website as well, which is totalsocialprsystem.com, and learn a little bit more about the program and how Lauri has applied it to her clients and to her business, and how she's really rocking it out on social media and landing great media opportunities. So thank you, Lauri, and have a wonderful day, and thank you for tuning in for this interview.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.